I'm working on a track, and I thought to myself, this is a good thing to share with you. So the track on which I'm working right now, it's a drum rhythm, a beat if you want, with some kind of subtle variations. But the idea is that it is repetitive. However, it is dynamic, but it is repetitive and it comes a little bit boring. It's 1 minute and something, the first part, and I feel like it is boring. So this is it's not really great when you are creating something and finally, I mean, in the creation period, you are okay with it, you are happy with it, but then as you are listening, you feel that it's not there yet. It's boring, it's repetitive. So you want to do something with it to make it a little bit more interesting, and that 1 minute not to be a one boring minute. And let me just show you what technique I'm trying to use in these cases to save this boring composition. So without further ado, let's just go into my session. And so this is what I'm talking about, the first part, right? So it's 1 minute 25. If 1 minute 25, it's boring, it's not the best thing then to have it. So, and I just want to be sure that you will hear as it was at the beginning. Now, this is a raw composition. What that means is that when I'm starting and I'm making a composition, I do not shape sounds, instruments, elements. I leave them raw, and I'm trying to do a composition where all the raw elements are already sounding okay, and then I will start to mixing and channel treatment, and why not pre-mastering. But here there's nothing. There's just an instrument, and that's all. So please bear in mind that this is not a finished track. Without further ado, let's just listen a little bit the composition. So it's like already a loop starting. It's starting like directly, right? Okay, there's something, an element introduced, but yeah. Now, even a little bit more, right? Like rhythm wise. Okay. And now again, a little bit of movement changes, but very subtle. But you see, it's still the same rhythm that is repetitive. Okay, again another element, but still we are at 1 minute and we are still just on this same idea. Okay. So yeah, it's the same thing, it's the same idea. And if you are listening more and more, you get the idea, okay, it's kind of boring, what can I do? And I had the same feeling, I was thinking the same way. What can I do with this track? How can I make it more interesting, right? And then I thought to myself, how about doing something motion, some automation. And this is really important, automation and doing stuff that changes the everyday or the normal rhythm. It's very important in the composition. So what I have introduced is an auto filter, but this is something that you can have it with your DAW, right? And you can play with the filter. This has even more, but I just use the filter part, but then you can use the distortion. You have even LFO envelopes, so it's as complex as it is. And now let's just listen how I managed that this track. Now it's a little bit different and it's not that boring as it was at the beginning. So let's just re-listen already how we are starting the sequence. Like, yes, so we already had a little bit of with the filtering. Yeah, so you see this changes everything. Right. So this kind of small movement are making the track less boring or less perceiving as just a repetitive thing. Right? But that's another part. But anyway, the idea is that doing this, it did, anyway, from my part, I really think that it made the track, the composition, more interesting, right? More usable if you want, if you are thinking that it will have some kind of media usage. And so let me just show you how did I do it. It's very simple, but I think it's not just in Logic. You can do it in any other DAW. There's multiple ways you can group all the instruments that we have already used, right? And grouping and send it to a bus, for example. This is what I did. So I created an auxiliary right here, auxiliary, where I have put this effect, the auto filter. And this auto filter, then I could use the automation to automate the cutoff filter. So if you look here, we are at the auxiliary channel, and on the auxiliary channel I have the auto filter. I could I can select, multiple things that I have there, the options. So I have the cutoff, beat synchronization, distortion, yes, envelope, mode envelope, or LFO cutoff. So there are a lot of possibilities to make this beat, this rhythm, more interesting, right? And then you can just draw and make it as you wish, this kind of movements like I did here with the cutoff. So you can see it's following this, right? And now it's not activated, it's not even participating in the auto filter, and now it's entering. Right? So in what's the difference? Like having two bars right here the same, like, I mean, the rhythm, it's nice, right? Yeah, but it's the same rhythm that is repeating himself. As here, I mean, these two bars are perceived completely different, and the way you feel it, you do not feel that is just something that is looping, repeating himself, right? So it helps, this kind of decisions help a lot with, if you are, you know, constructing something with looping systems. So you have an idea, that idea is repeating, is looping himself. And obviously, if you are repeating an idea or looping an idea for 1 minute or a few seconds even, then that idea gets really, you know, annoying. It can get annoyed or like this looping effect. You know, the listener can realize, okay, you are using a loop. That loop is just, yeah, it's like a cassette. It's repeating himself. But like this, I mean, the ears and the attention goes from that thinking, and you are more interested in X on what is going on there, what I'm hearing there, what is coming, right? So yeah, please tell me in the comment section below what's your opinion, your take on this one. Do you already use it? If you are using it, just write me in the comment section below. Or if you are doing it differently, or you have other tactics that really helps to you know, change a boring thing into an interesting thing, but here we are talking about rhythm, then please share it with us in the comment section below.